Sarsilmaz handguns, now being brought in by SAR USA. Are they any good? We're going to take a look at 4 that I have here from our armory. I'm going to talk briefly about each one of them, and then I want to hear your thoughts on what you'd like to see more of. Coming up next on GBGuns. So, Sarsilmaz is an older company, been around quite some time, quite proud of what they do. And from what I've seen, some excellent machining. They, as I understand it, make a whole lot more than handguns, ranging all the way up to missiles and military weapons. SAR USA is an American-run branch of them, if you will, sort of a pet project, from what I understand, of greater Sarsilmaz in just getting into the American self-defense market, whereas most of their business is typically done on the military and true defense kind of market. They've got a whole bunch of different handguns in, 4 of which I happen to have on hand. 3 of them are from an older import. TR Imports used to be the importer of these guys. Now it was taken over by Sarsilmaz. What's changed between these 3 and the current ones? Just some minor things that I noticed, like on this beautiful guy, they changed the grips. Little things like that, but otherwise it's the same gun. I'm going to go through these 4 one by one, talk about what I remember of them. Now all of these have had complete reviews already on the channel, meaning there's a full tabletop video, a shooting impressions video, and likely an article associated with those in the video description or in a pinned comment. More details on that, or a fresher look, we can do, but with 9mm ammo being so damn hard to find and expensive, I'm going to make you guys choose one. So vote in the comments section as to which one you want to see, and that's the one that Tia and I will take out. So starting off with our most recent review, and this is one that Tia and I both enjoyed, is the B6C. It's sort of like a CZ Rami. You'll notice that the Sarsilmaz guns, like many Turkish guns, are clones, copies, or variants of other famous designs. The CZ stuff, as I understand it, was never patented, so it, or the patent has long since expired. So cloning these is perfectly fine. I always wanted to try a Rami, but could never find one. And so this to me was an exciting option. 13-round magazine that gives you finger rest. It's got nice grooves there. The polymer frame keeps it light. Sure, an all-metal version is more comfortable to shoot, but for carry, this is a bit lighter. Single action, double action. The mainspring is heavy. You can see we're clear here. With decent single action, longer, slightly heavier, but not the heaviest double action I've ever felt. And the safety gives you dead trigger, but still lets you rack the slide. It doesn't lock the gun up entirely. No decocker modal, unfortunately. We had some issues with this particular gun, not wanting to feed at times. I've heard polishing the feed ramp's the way to go. I've also heard that guys that have the model with the stainless barrel didn't have that issue at all, which tells me that polishing the feed ramp might be the key to this one. But we both enjoyed it. I think T would probably be excited about the chance to see it again. So this is the B6C, as in Bravo 6 Charlie. If you'd like to see it again, let us know. Slightly bigger than the B6C, with well, about the same barrel length, but a longer grip. This is probably a fuller capacity. Haven't even looked. Yep, 15-round mag. Is the CM9, Charlie Mike 9. This one has a more squared off action. It's got a squared slide, which I personally appreciate and like over the CZ design of the narrow slide, although it still has the slide riding inside the frame, which causes, well, there's lower, that it's lower bore axis. Now it's the same height, it's just in a different spot. You're being fooled visually by the slide being here, or the slide being tucked inside the frame. But squared off ledge, otherwise, does have these finger grooves, fits my hand very comfortably, and our safety locks up the trigger, doesn't lock the action. We do have adjustable sights. This is, like I said, an older import, so that might have changed. Single action, very crisp. Let me do that again. Fairly light, and a very smooth, about the same weight double action. So this would be an easier gun to learn single action, double action, because aside from length of pull, the single to double doesn't feel that different. I really enjoyed this gun. It's a bit blocky feeling when you're handling it, but in the hand itself, very comfortable gun, and as I recall, a pretty nice shooter. That's the CM9. Now the ST9. This one, as I recall, had some issues. Once again, this is the older import. You've got the paddle mag release like a Walther, except they're somewhere between the length of Walther paddles tend to be long, HK paddles short. This one's kind of a medium length, and these smoked mags, I do know that one mag we had was absolute junk, the other one was good. That's always a risk with polymer only mags with no reinforcement in there. But let's see, we're clear. Big heavy slide, which I think was part of our issue. The other part is that is a strong stacking recoil system in there, which makes for a smooth shooter, but also means you need more powerful rounds. Trigger on this, very crisp. Longer reset that takes you ahead of the wall again, but overall pretty nice. You do have the striker indicator back there, see the back end of it, and your safety locks it up, but not the action. This gun feels great in the hand, a little bit heavy, but kind of cool, and has a lot of HK inspiration to it. You can see we've got full ambi controls as well, and 3 rail spots instead of 2. This is your beefier kind of duty size gun. Don't recall the capacity off the top of my head. Did have interchangeable back straps. Let us know if this ST9 is the one you'd like to see at the range again. And our fourth one is your CZ75 clone. This one I remember loving and not liking so much. This was called the Killinch 2000 Mega. I think it's now just being called either the 2000 or the Mega in current imports. But you can see everything is very CZ75-ish. Safety is down, gives us a dead trigger, does not lock the action up. Trigger on it, a little bit of creep, but pretty nice. Actually, not as crisp as that ST9 despite it being hammer fired. And a decent reset. I believe it takes CZ75 mags in addition to the 15 round mags that come with it. This thing feels great in the hand, shoots pretty well. I don't recall if I was getting hammer bite with it. No, probably not. There's enough room there. But really my only gripe is just the personal thing of not liking to have that skinny slide to grip. The same skinny slide that makes it so handsome and feel so balanced also makes it it's just a manual of arms you have to learn, and it's not one that I've spent a lot of time with. So that's a personal preference thing, but otherwise a very handsome gun and a much more affordable alternative to finding a CZ75. So for voting sakes, let's call this the Mega. So real quick to rehash on your options there, and sorry folks we got to do it this way, but remember we're independent journalists, not influencers. We don't have companies throwing money or ammo at us. So these reviews are particularly expensive for us to do right now, but I thought these guns deserved a second look. So we have the CM9, the B6C, the ST9, and the Mega. Let us know which of these 4 you would like to see us revisit. And after an undetermined amount of time, we're going to count up those votes and get to the range with what ammo we have and do kind of a revisit on these and get some fresh opinions. Opinions, as you know, change over time, as do personal preferences and experience. And both T and I have had some experience and tried a lot of stuff since the last time these guns were reviewed. So, giving them a new look, we might have a new perspective. Thanks for watching.